maybe in a different location. So now let's talk about the instrument binnacle and the menu and options we have here. Of course, a lot of the controls for this is going to be just here. On the instrument cluster, we have the speedometer on the left, and inset is the fuel gauge, and on the right we have the rev counter, and inset is the temperature gauge. Now in the middle you can see we have the main sort of menu or multifunction display. This particular vehicle, being an automatic, has the gear indication at the very top. So as I change gear, you can see that changing to the various different symbols, as you can see. Now, on the screen, we currently have the time at the very top. I'll see if I can get that in better view. We have the time there at the top, and we have the odometer at the bottom, and then we have the current menu item in the middle, which at this point in time is the battery charge. Now, if I press left or right on these controls here, I can go between the different pages of information. So as you can see here, we have vehicle info. We're going through the vehicle info. So we're going through the different information here. So we have the oil level, the oil temperature, oil life, the battery charge, AdBlue amount, and the time the next service is due. And then if I press up or down on the controls, we're going to go to different stuff. So we have here GSI, which is going to basically looks to be the sort of driving information again in large letters, but it's also telling us the fuel range or the miles per gallon potentially right there. We have the instant info, so we can see the range and the current fuel economy there. We've got trip computer information essentially all the way through this series of screens. And then we have a large digital speedometer, and it does say there, press OK for kilometers an hour if we wish to change that. So that's nice and easy. Then we have vehicle setup. So we press OK to go into settings. I'll do that in a moment. We have alerts, which is going to be sort of warning messages and things like that, or any faults and things that will be in there. We then have, we're back to vehicle info, which you can see is page 3 there. Page 2 is the GSI, page 1 is the instant info. And then, like I say, page 5, as you can see, is vehicle setup. So if I press OK to go into here, we can basically change various settings to suit our needs. So we have safety and assist options, display options, and security. Security, we can enable or disable the passenger airbag here if we so wish. It does require a confirmation. We have the speed beep as well, which is going to be an alert when we get to a particular speed. I've just pressed the left button there to go back, essentially. Display is going to allow us to set up different things here. So as you can see, we can set up a dimmer, we can reset the trip computers, screen setup, we can basically change the different things in here. I'll let you play around with this and find your way through, but it's sort of where you come to customize the vehicle's display to your liking. But yeah, that's basically where we have the various settings. Safety and assist, we basically just have the buzzer volume here, really. There's nothing else there, nothing really to change. But that's basically it for that there. It's pretty handy. These menus largely replace the menus that used to be down here, some of those system settings, but there's actually now, of course, a lot more information available via these different pages of information, which is very good. On the main entertainment unit, things are a bit different here again as well. It's largely a touchscreen based interface. Pressing the sort of grid icon here takes you to the different apps, if you will. So as you can see, we have the radio, we have audio settings, Bluetooth, controls, device manager. We go down here, we have different driver profiles. So we can go in here and we can have different drivers, and they can have different settings based on what driver sort of you wish to be in the vehicle. So that can be sort of handy if you have several people that are likely to drive the vehicle and they have their own preferences. We also have lots of things in here. As you can see, we can turn the screen off, we can connect to a phone, we can change settings here. So this is where we're going to go in to change the sort of settings, and this will be for this and also the vehicle. As you can see, how the brakes are going to operate, how the doors and locks are going to operate. Lots of different setup options in here, control setups in here, trip information and stuff here as well. As you can see, that was also accessed by the vehicle info there as well. Media is where we're going to go, where we have obviously we have FM radio, DAB radio here, and then you also have Bluetooth device devices that you can connect to there, of course, for music there. Your phone on the left here allows you to connect a phone, and then you can obviously access your phone there to make calls using the vehicle. The home screen at the top here basically gives you a sort of a dashboard type interface where you can have information presented here. So if you had a phone connected by Bluetooth, it would have information there and there as well, potentially. But yeah, this is basically going to be something that you're going to sort of play around with and configure to your liking, but it is quite easy to sort of find your way around to the different things you're going to need really there, and it is all pretty self-explanatory, really. So for the most part, most people just want to get to the sort of music, which is going to be media. If you want to change your vehicle settings, you click on the vehicle and find your way through there to find what it is you're looking for to change your vehicle settings. If you want to play with your phone, it's go to the phone setting. It's as easy as that. And like I say, down here is the volume control, and then the power on or off to turn the unit on or off as well. And it's as easy as that. And there we go, that about wraps up the video for today, and hopefully you now feel a bit more familiar with the cab area of the 2023 generation Fiat Ducato. Hopefully it hasn't been too confusing. Like I say, there's a lot of drastic changes from the last generation, and I think for the better. It's a much nicer vehicle, much more refined, and feels very, very nice to drive, especially the automatic. If you need any extra help or information, or you're troubleshooting anything, this is where I would say you need to start looking at your vehicle instruction manuals or speaking to